Tiny Rick, Tiny Rick, Tiny Rick.
Tiny Rick!
Good morning, fam. Tattoo Toy Hunter here, coming to you today with episode 2 of my Tiny Rick customizing slash kitbaster bash video. As you can see, I'm here at Hobby Lobby. I got to pick up some stuff to be able to do this project. I've spoke to some guys that have been doing it a lot longer than me as far as customizing work, and they told me things that I do need, so I'm going in to pick them up. For sure I need an X-Acto knife, I need some primer, some paint, and some sandpaper. I think that's what I'm shooting for today. So let's go ahead and make a walk in and check it out. Okay, looks like we're in the right area, more or less. So we're gonna be hunting down the knife, the primer, and some sandpaper. I think those are the 3 things I'm shooting for today. I need like a Dremel tool. I need a lot of stuff, but definitely these 3 things for today. So let's start looking around. Oh, you know what? Probably a brush. These would be some really cool stuff for displays, dioramas. These are nice. Alright. Still on the hunt. Alrighty, so here are our X-Acto knives. Exactly what I needed. So we're gonna pick one of these up, and then we need to find some primer and sandpaper. So I will see you at the next aisle. Alright folks, so I ended up picking up the X-Acto knife and the paints I need, the acrylics, but they do not, for some reason, have primer here. I need some primer and sandpaper, so I'm gonna have to run over to good old reliable Walmart to get it. So see you there. Alright folks, so we're gonna run down to Walmart and see if they're gonna be able to save the day for me with the sandpaper and primer. See you inside. Okay, we're gonna run through their paint and brush department, find what we need, and then get back home so we can start this project, guys. Alright, so Walmart for the win. We're gonna go with this for now and see what we can get done today. See you back at the house.
Tiny Rick!
Alrighty folks, so we're back home. We got some tools, and today what I want to do is work on getting this body apart, and then once we get it apart, I want to work a little bit on this here, the neck piece. That way I can port the neck itself as basically as a peg, turn that neck into a peg, dremeling it down so they could sit on here, and then in the future episodes we will sand down this like sheen on the outside of this figure, sand it down, primer it, and then we'll end up taking Rick, so we could actually do that now. We'll take his coat off. Yeah, just as I had hoped, just slide off. And use this on the new figure. Basically. Okay. So this is going to work really good for his lab coat. Then once we put him back together, we'll have to take this down like an entire inch to get it above his feet. but it looks like it's going to work really well. I really don't... I want to take this apart just because I think it'd be easier to paint. I don't need to paint his chest. I just need to paint the arm sleeves to be white to match. And then all I have to paint besides that is going to be the skin, this yellow skin tone. I need to make that. So it's not a whole lot to do. It's really just the entire, both arms, and then the lower legs there. So, okay, so we purchased an X-Acto knife, and we're gonna try to work on this little crease here and see if we can possibly pry it open. Not exactly sure what to expect. I'm guessing it's glued because I see no screws or anything. But I did speak to Brock and a few other customizers, action figure customizers, and this is what they said to do to try to work on the crease. So we'll keep working on it and see if we can pry it apart. This right here is going to be covered by the lab coat, so if it's not perfect when I'm done, it won't really matter. It'll be covered. Alright, so I'm going to keep working on this and let's see what we can do. Alright, after a little bit of work, we got the chest apart. It's not too terrible, the damage done. As you can see, there's a little bit of gappage now, but it's going to be covered up mostly. This side's perfect. So we're going to have to paint the arms completely. The sleeves need to be white to match the lab coat, like I said. And the legs just need the skin tone changed up. So that's the plan with the extremities. Not a whole lot of work. Mostly the arms, though, is the work. The chest will stay the same because the shirts, so it's perfect. So the next big chore is going to be to dermal down this neck piece so it fits in like a peg. So just that little excess. Anyway, that's what we're going to work on now. Let's go ahead and start messing with that. Alrighty, so we're going to dermal down this little plastic chunk. We'll get that smooth so that it fits in like a peg. Hopefully. Ooh, stinks. Alright, so I've been dermaling down for a bit. This peg here, the ball popped right out after I warmed it up with some hot water. Used some pliers, it popped right off. So I'm going to dermal down. None of this is going to show. The neck is not supposed to show on Pickle Rick. I mean on Tiny Rick, apologies. So I'm going to dermal it down till it fits in the pre-cut hole here. I'm going to dermal that down really thin. Because I do want to be able to use the articulation still. As you can tell, this is basically what he looks like on the cartoon, so that's what I'm going for. So we're going to try to save this peg here for the head, dermal it down as good as we can, and then from there we'll put them back together for now, just to show what he'll look like. So I'll be back with you in a moment. Alright folks, so this is going to be all for today. I need to trim it a little straighter, but as you can see, I trimmed down an inch off the coat to match his height. And again, we'll get this pegged where we can actually still use the head. But this is what he's gonna look like. I think it looks amazing. I mean, that's Tiny Rick for you. Once I get the neck and the body attached again. I plan on doing some little special touches for it, because if you watch this episode at the end, he actually had an axe with blood and stuff, so I want to do that scene is basically where I want to go with him. But and I need to trim a little bit of the coat around the head so that the head can stay on better. But yeah, that's the way he's gonna look. And with the sleeves painted white, it'll match a lot better. But I think he looks really good, especially with the full-size head on this body. Definitely. So anyway, guys, this is gonna be the episode for now. This is where we got to today. We got stuff we needed, and we worked on the neck and took them apart. Now we need to do some sanding, paint. I need to touch up this for the head. I need to do some touch-ups here so that we can use that peg. Anyway, guys, this is the Tattoo Toy Hunter, reminding you to never give up that hunt. Y'all take care. Pew pew.
Tiny Rick!
Yeah.